Good queer representation in anime has been more prominent these past few years. We have been able to gather a great list of shonen A as well as a good list of GLs. Having that settled, it is not common to find fantasy animes that feature queer representation. We have donwas like Heaven's Official Blessing, but seeing this in Japanese anime is uncommon. It's precisely because of this that when I saw the trailer for Witch Hat Atelier, I was starstruck, since I didn't expect a manga of such great queer representation to have that quality and ambition in an anime adaptation. My name is Yugen, and I'm a queer artist that loves to talk about representation. In today's video, I bring you what Witch Hat Atelier has in store for you if you're looking for queer storytelling. Witch Hat Atelier is a story that since the start has a great way of incorporating diversity without it feeling forced. It's precisely because of this that we are able to navigate characters with disabilities, expressing how difficult it is for them to navigate a world that doesn't accommodate to them or their needs. We have Kustas, a boy who suffered an accident that made his legs stop working, and even if it shows vulnerability, as the story goes on, it doesn't delimit the character in any way. It shows how it is possible to travel the world and live with a disability. In the same way, we have Eldruid, one of the most powerful magicians that there is in this world, and he's no less vulnerable for not being able to use his legs. It doesn't stop there. Witch Hat Atelier shows us a great cast of characters that have to survive with them being different than the rest, and it doesn't make them feel useless because of their individuality. In that place, it makes them feel unique. Leaving that aside, this video will talk about the queer characters of the manga and some others that might be queer-coded. Take in mind that all of this is my opinion and that might shift as the manga goes on. I'm not the author, so all of the opinions that I have will be as a fan, and obviously with a little bit of speculation. In the manga, we have a queer pair composed of two witches named Galga and Adward. Both of them are introduced as a couple from the very start. While I was reading their interactions, I couldn't help but feel refreshed to see a pair that doesn't beat the bush and just declares they are a couple from the start, especially a couple of queer nature. I was surprised when Galga lost his memories, and obviously sad, but as always, the author didn't disappear their relationship and instead opted for them to become close in due time, having Adwork make Galga his apprentice. We also have a very cute pair of nurses that from my point of view are very queer-coded, but that's my opinion. The main reason I made this video is because a couple that hasn't been confirmed canon has been making me very excited to see if they are going to become canon or if the author will leave it vague. That couple is Qifrey and Olruggio. Since the start of the manga, we are presented to both of them as the caretakers of the four girls living with Coco. Qifrey being their master and Olruggio making sure nothing bad happens. It came to my attention that both of them have known each other since they were little, having shared a fair number of time together and still choosing to stick close to one another proves my reasoning that they are not simply friends. Even if they call each other best friends or old friends, by the way they interact, it makes me feel there is more to that friendship. The fact that Qifrey literally gifted Olruggio a pastry shaped as a bouquet of roses just proves my point. It is imminent that both of them are just not regular friends. But aside from the gifts, the fact that they cook for each other and also that they exchanged their hats when they were younger, it's obvious that there might be something, maybe a feeling shared between the two that doesn't equal to it being platonic, but again, this is my opinion. And I know what you're thinking. If that's the case, then why haven't they done anything to become a couple? Why is the ship not confirmed? From my understanding, or at least in my theory, it has to do with Qifrey's curse. Now, I'm going to stop here. If you haven't got up with the manga, or if you don't want to get spoiled, you can just go to the end of the video, or at least, I don't know, I will probably put a time for you to skip if you don't want to get spoiled. Qifrey is the host of a silverwood tree, which makes him under the spell of not being able to calm down at all. He needs his anxiety to keep him alive, since if he finds a good haven, then the tree will start to grow, taking away his humanity. My guess is that Olruggio could become that for Qifrey, And I know what you're thinking, a good haven sounds more like a place, but we already have a suspect or someone that actually was a victim to this curse and the curse activated, and this is Custas. Custas was the boy I mentioned before, and he's in the same predicament as Qifrey. And the reason why his tree was triggered and then he started to become a tree was because Dagdas, his father, started embracing this identity and trying to calm him down. This making it evident that Dagdas was the good haven for Custas. So, in a way, the way for this, or at least the way this story ended, was with Dagdas sacrificing himself for Custas' safety. It might be that Qifrey keeps Olruggio at arm's length for fear of letting his guard down and becoming a tree. This being the reason why I think, in a part, Qifrey erased Olruggio's memories. He wanted to keep a distance between him and Olruggio. However, all of those are my guesses. This might not be the reason at all. There might be another reason. I'm not sure. I'm just trying to say, like, if they are not together yet, then it makes sense. Since I guess, like, letting his guard down, trying to embrace someone, trying to be in a relationship with another person might make Qifrey believe that he's safe, and then the tree curse is going to activate. In general, I truly think that Witch Hat Atelier it's a great read if you're looking for a good storyline accompanied by a queer storytelling. Dana Terrace herself recommended the series in queer pretexts, so it makes me believe that maybe the queer storyline goes deeper than we think it goes. And that will be all, guys. I hope I hype you enough to try to give it a read for yourself. The manga is a work of genius, and if you're interested, you should totally check it out. That will be all.